So today we do the how to insert or how to push the element in the stack. So let's start from our today's lecture. So I write a program in Turbo C++ that write a program to push element or elements in a stack. So our program starts from void main that represents that from where our program starts, and I have a clear screen that tell me that whenever I execute, it represent me the empty black screen, and I use an array A of size 10, and I have used some variables also over there, like data and top. So let me insert over here all the necessary header files. I added the header files. After the header file, you can see I have defined a global variable max of size 10. So you can increase or decrease the size of that variable max as per your wish, whatever value you want. And void main from where my program starts, CLR, SCR represents that whenever I execute my program is giving a blank screen. I have an array of size 10. So and data and top are the elements that I have used of type integer. CHAR is a character. RR is you can say where I have to go back from particular location. As you can see, is a landmark. Okay. I ask the user to enter the value, how many values you want to enter in the array. So you can see over here that size of my array is 10. Or you can write over here max also. It means whenever you enter the value, always keep in mind that should not enter the value more than 10. If you enter the value, let's say 13, it will accept, the computer will accept. But according to my program, it will get wrong because the maximum size I mentioned over there is 10. So whenever user enter the value greater than 10, message will appear on screen that you cannot enter the value more than 10. So you have to enter the value less than 10. Sometimes what happened that I enter value 0. So because I want to enter the program, I have to insert some element in the stack. So 0 is not a correct value. It means whenever you enter the value over there, your value should be less than 10 and your value should be greater than 0. So that is why I put a condition over here, this if condition. What this if condition is telling me that the value of n is your input, whatever value you input, the user will enter, that should be greater than max. Sorry, that should be less than max, and that should be greater than equal to 0. Fine. So this you have to keep in mind, and then what you have to do is that, in fact, well, just wait. If the value is greater than max, then it will give a message. If the value is less than 0, then it will give a message. This is correct. In fact, if the value of n is greater than max, value is greater than 10, then the message will appear that you should enter the value less than max. If your value is less than 0, again the message will appear. Let's do it first. I start my program. I enter the value 22. Now 22 is greater than 10. So a message will appear. Enter the value of n that is less than 10 and greater than 0. Enter the value 0. Again, you get a message that enter the value that should be less than 10 and greater than 0. Fine. So our this condition is running well. If I press 1, then user can enter one value over here. Fine. So After this point, everything is clear that why I put this condition over here, that if the user value input the value more than 10 or more than max, then the program should give an error that the value should be less than max. And if the user enter the value 0 or less than 0, again the my program will send a message that your whatever value you input, that value should be uh, less than max and greater than 0. So after this point, uh, our condition is working very well. Fine. What is this go to? Go to means if this condition become true, that value is greater than max or value is less than 0, this message will display. Go to double R means this is a landmark over here. My control will go back to this location. Again, start over here, enter number of elements. Again, user enter the value. If the value is greater than max or less than 0, again it will go into this if condition and again go to the R. So it will keep on running until unless user input the correct value. So after this point, one point is clear that whatever you have entered, you have to enter value that should be less than max and greater than 0. Let's say if I enter the value 4, so my loop will run 4 times that you enter 4 numbers. So enter the numbers in the array. So I enter 4 numbers. So you can write over here, enter n elements in array. This can also be good, enter 4 elements in array. So you will enter 4 elements and the top will become 4. Top is a variable whose value become 4 because n is 4. So I start a loop over here that while top is not equal to max, so I keep on entering the value until top become 10. When top become 10, my program will stop entering the value. So I enter 4 value over here because I entered value of n4. I enter 4 values a1, a2, a3, a4, and after that the program will ask you, do you want to add more elements in the stack? Press yes or no. So you can press either yes or no. So that will be saved in a variable ch. Ch is a variable of type character. I have mentioned over here. Ch is a variable of type character I mentioned over here. So in ch, either you type yes or no, whatever you type, it come under this location in this variable. If ch is equal to n, small n or capital N, either you type, if your let's say caps lock is on, it will become capital N. If the caps lock is off, it will become small n. So whatever character you press, either capital N, small n, it means that I do not want to enter more elements in my stack. My stack stop entering the elements over there, and it will represent all the elements in stack. If I press yes, then again it will ask me to enter the elements. If the top will become 10 and still I want to add some number in it, it will send me a message, stack is full, you cannot enter over there. Fine. So and this way I can enter more data, the more element can be added over there. So how it will run, let's say control F9, number of elements, let's say I enter 33, the value should be less than 0 and greater than, sorry, get less than 10 and greater than 0. I again enter 0, again the enter the value that should be less than 10 and greater than 0. I enter 4, so enter any 4 numbers, 22, 44, 88, let's say 66, sorry, in fact 6 is already there, 67. Fine. 22, 66, 88, 67. So do you want to add an element? I said yes. Why? It will ask me enter the element. I write 99. Enter. Again ask me. I said yes. Again press enter. Let's say number 121. Again ask me. I said no. So it will represent me all my element that I have added in my stack. So value of top is 6. The sixth location is the top location, and the element at the sixth location is 20, 121. So, and it display all the elements of my stack. So in this way, I can create my how to remove or pop the element from the stack. So I start my program by, you can say, writing a comment, write a program to pop the element. I insert all the necessary header files, void main from where my program starts, and clear screen, and I use the variable a. S and top null are some of the few integer variables I have used. So enter the number of element you want to insert. So if I write 0 over there, that I want to insert 0 element. So 0 means uh, your stack is empty. If your stack is empty, you cannot pop anything under flow. You cannot pop the stack because stack is already empty. So I get out from my program, or else I enter some value over there. So if the value of n is greater than 0, so I start writing the program. So let's say I enter 4. I have entered 4 times. I enter my numbers. Let's say n is equal to 4. Then I will, you can say, input 4 values, integer values. So after entering the 4 values, it will represent the stack what are the 4 values are, and this loop will show me all the 4 values, and top is equal to n while loop top is greater than 0. So this loop will keep on running until the top is greater than 0. So when it becomes 0, it will come out of the loop. So s is equal to a of top. So s is a variable which holds the element that is on the top of the stack. That value will be stored in a variable s, and top is equal to top minus 1. So slash n means next line, popped element is s. What is s? S is means over here you can check that value of top element is saved in variable s. I write over here popped element is s, and that means next line, see out stack after pop. If one element removed, then I will get 3 elements, and it will keep on going. Then 2 elements, then 1 element, then it will be 0. 0 means underflow. I cannot delete more elements, or I can pop more elements from the stack. So let's see the program first, how it runs. So let me change the screen. Enter value 4. Enter elements. I write 22, 55, 77, 99. So you can see last elements was fourth element 99. You can see in top of the screen stack is A4 99, A3 77, A2 55, A1 22. So first, because the stack says that the element on the top will be removed first, 99 is on the top. So popped element is 99. After popping one element, from 4 elements, now left with 3 elements, 77, 55, 22. Again, the element on top will be removed, 77 will be removed. if I remove 77, the stack after a pop operation having two elements, 55 and 22. Again, I pop the top element. So if I pop 55, after popping the element 55, I have only one element, 22 in my stack. Again, the popped element is 22. So stack after popping operation, it means I have 22 is removed from there. What left? Nothing. Nothing means underflow. You cannot pop element from the stack because stack is empty. So whenever you try to pop the element from the empty stack, you get an error of underflow. So this is how the pop operation will work in case of popping the element from the stack.